So when you've heard about an educator or a parent using the app for
Mhm.
instruction, have they kind
Mhm.
of described any of the ways that they've done that?
Yeah, I mean the big change when I first launched it, its very first version, we had, and I'm not sure how much you've seen it or know how it works. I think you do.
I do. I have it on my iPad.
Thank you. Um, so originally, with the very first launch, it had the clothing was drawn, and so it was the artwork. Um, and we really, I mean, I struggled a lot with how to not make it look too age specific and not to make it look too gender specific. And that was, I'll interject this: the minute decision making that goes into making an app, it's endless. It's endless. I mean, you look at it and it just looks like, fun and pretty and great, and every single thing you're looking at was like a million decisions that went into it. Um, whoops, excuse me. I kind of lost my train of thought on that. Where were we?
Oh, how have people told you they've used it for instruction?
How did they use it? So I think the most feedback I've gotten has been since we did the update of being able to individualize the content of the closets. And that, I would say in the beginning, that really was my original vision. It's just for me, cost wise, it was so much more expensive to do that initially that I had to kind of wait and add that. So with the personalized closets, the primary feedback I've gotten have been from moms of kids with autism whose kids were really rigid about what they were willing to wear or what they thought they should wear, and that it's really helped facilitate that. So not so much related to the interpretation of the weather, but more related to the rigidity of clothing, which for those people who are in the field of autism know that that's one of those areas that we struggle with kids, parents struggle with. I have to wear that, gray sweater, even though it's 110 degrees out, because that gray sweater has meaning to me in some way. So I think that would be the most amount of feedback I've gotten.
So a
Which
parent
would be really happy.
right. So a parent presenting that to their child, and then the child seeing, something that they would prefer them to wear, and seeing the picture of it, and then that being much more acceptable for the child to go ahead
Sure. So
and do
it
that.
fits right in with what we know instructionally about kids with autism. So it makes it concrete. It takes the person out of it. It takes the auditory processing, the mom standing there saying, look outside, it's hot, you don't want your sweater, conversation, versus go over to the app, take a look at it, that's what you got to wear, done. So it's just, and that was the concept. Like, how do I provide a mobile visual cue that changes? And see, that's the beauty of the iPad, is that, and that's the beauty of what we can do with apps, is that it's not ever static. So if I were using Velcro pictures or anything like that, I'd have to take them off, put it on. You open the app, it's ready to go, it's done for you. So, and all those things with apps that are, I'm kind of an app snob in terms of what I consider quality apps. And I will say by far the best apps are the ones with the most options, ways you can individualize it for a person.